Y'all, and welcome to Tuesday for many of you. Welcome to your work week. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do? Good morning.
You all right? Have a good 5th of July holiday.
Love the 5th of July.
Whatever that means. Bob? Hey, so you're coming in with us again? They threw you back down here?
Yeah, I'm down here until next Friday.
I go in there yesterday. He's got a big plate of food. They delivered him food yesterday. I guess he went on the air and begged for food, and George showed up, and Central Grill brought him food. He doesn't beg for food when he's on our air.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know better.
Yeah. Why? Because we won't get it?
Maybe, yeah.
What?
And actually, to be honest about it, we did not beg. George just heard us. And George, that's the kind of guy George is.
He just heard you talking about food?
No, we weren't even talking about food. He just heard Brandon Vogt and I talking on air. And just texted me, hey, you guys want some food?
Yeah.
So we both had club sandwiches.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, time to do today. Guest list will include former Lobo Anthony Mathis at 8 o'clock this morning. Of course, the big Lobo basketball alumni game. The Enchantment, the team that will go play in the TBT, the basketball. Is it the TBT or just flat out TBT? I guess the TBT.
The basketball tournament.
Yeah, the basketball tournament. The competition for $1 million will be up against Team JB White, and that'll be at the pit. It'll be on Sunday. You can go to golobos.evite.net. I'll give you that again if we move on. But Anthony Mathis, we haven't talked to Anthony Mathis, I don't think, JJ, on our show since he left UNM to go to Oregon, right?
We haven't.
Yeah, so looking forward to catching up with him. That'll be coming up at 8 o'clock. I thought Darrington Hobson was terrific yesterday. I know many of you had the day off yesterday. And if you did not listen to the show, Darrington Hobson was terrific. And JJ, you posted that conversation, and if people missed it, they can find it in other places.
Our Facebook page, facebook.com/BOD in the AM. It's up on my Twitter account _JJ Buck. And also wherever you get your podcast, Google, Apple, you name it, search The Opening Drive, and all our stuff is there.
Yeah, I thought Darrington was really, really good. He talked about his time at UNM. He talked about his time globe-trotting to play basketball from in no particular order, China and Brazil and Israel and Australia, and he's been all over the place. And talked about where his favorite places were, talked about his year at UNM, told a terrific story about the 30-win season and how he told Steve Alford, man, you're you're practicing us too hard. Our bodies are breaking down. They'd lost a game to Abilene Christian before the conference schedule started to start out 0-2, and he said Alford was giving it to him, and he stood up in the locker room, and all the guys were looking at him, and they didn't lose again that regular season, did they?
Yeah, they won 15 games after that moment. So they lost to San Diego State and UNLV, first 2 games in conference play. Had that, hey, coach, you're practicing too hard. Oh, really?
You are practicing too hard. Alfred said, if you guys are too soft to practice.
And then said, all right, if you lose, then it's going to be the worst practice of your life. And they didn't lose.
Destroy you in practice. So really good to go ahead and grab a listen to that, because it was really, really good. All right, and so we'll catch up with Anthony Mathis coming up at 8 o'clock today. Looking forward to that conversation. All right, you ready for the NBA Finals?
I'm very ready.
Looks like no Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Doubtful. There's a weird piece of me. that says he's going to come out and play tonight. And I don't know why I feel that. I've got no insight on this. The fact that he was in a different gym yesterday practicing while his team was practicing in front of the media and Giannis had his own thing makes me feel he might be really ready. I don't know why. I've got nothing. If they're going to tell me he's doubtful, I'm supposed to listen to that, and I know. And I do expect him certainly by game 2. But without Giannis Antetokounmpo, would you make the Suns a huge favorite? Because I don't make them a huge
They're not a
favorite.
huge favorite.
Yeah, I don't know that. I still think this is a really interesting series. A lot on Brook Lopez, and do you get the Game 5 Brook Lopez where he scored? And I don't think you do every night. I just don't. But I think the backcourts are really interesting here. And then what are you doing up front? And I think DeAndre Ayton might be the X factor where you tilt it a little bit towards Phoenix and if there's no Giannis.
I think Phoenix wins tonight. Milwaukee wins in 7.
Really?
Yes. Is Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton are that good? Are they as name brand as Chris Paul and Devin Booker?
No.
They are not, but they can play just as good. And what we saw those two players do, they can match that backcourt, and then it becomes the other pieces. I'm not sitting here thinking Brook Lopez is going to go score 30 points per game, but it's just about what night are your role players going to step up. When you look at the Phoenix Suns, the consistency that they have in their big 3, I think Brook Lopez without Giannis is just in better positions to score inside a little bit more so he can showcase some of his skills. But I do think Milwaukee's that good, and they've been in this situation now that they know how they can play without Giannis. I think this is going to be a fantastic series. I understand Phoenix being installed as the favorites, but I think Milwaukee's going to show a lot of people who they are this series.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that, and I agree with you on the backcourt of Milwaukee. Then what? And then where are they getting scoring? Without Giannis, I feel that Phoenix has a few more options, and that's why I'm leaning towards Phoenix right now. If Giannis comes back by game 2, I think Milwaukee can win this series. And who's going to stay healthy? Who's this? Is this about Chris Paul? Is this series really about Chris Paul? This is his last chance to become a champion, to become a different caliber player at 36 years old, right? To be like Patrick Ewing, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, John Stockton. I mean, there's a number of players that we look at and say, wow, they were great players, but they didn't win championships. Chris Paul may be someone in that category, do you think, when it's all said and done?
Absolutely.
Okay. Allen Iverson. Individually, it's Chris Paul, right? More so than Giannis, even though I think a lot's on Giannis right now. But because Giannis is younger, you figure he's got opportunities to get back, whether it's with the Bucks or wherever it is he may be in the future, right? This is Chris Paul.
This is absolutely the Chris Paul series, especially the way he's played throughout the NBA playoffs. We've been talking about him as potentially like the postseason MVP, scoring 41 points in the closeout game, finding out that he's been fighting through not just coming back from COVID, the hand injury, and what he's playing at, and just father time. That window is closer to shutting on Chris Paul than anyone else.
No, I think that's right. And so there's a lot of pressure on him. And look, how did he respond? We went into they won in 6, right, against the Clippers. We were having this conversation against the Clippers, and who was it bigger on in getting through the last series? Was it bigger on Paul George's legacy, or was it bigger on Chris Paul's legacy? And I thought the answer was absolutely Chris Paul, because what you just talked about, he's later in his career. He responded in that final game, that put-away game, where we were talking, they've got Game 7 if they need it, but they don't want to go back to Game 7. They want to finish it in Game 6 in Los Angeles. And he scored 41 points. And Chris Paul was terrific in Game 6. I would expect that to be, not 41 points, Chris Paul every night, but I would expect him to be, for the majority of this, terrific. I think there's going to be a game in there where there's a lapse, and I think there may be a game where you go, wow, Milwaukee looks really good. But I would expect the majority of this to be that really good Chris Paul.
I agree with that because of what you expect Chris Paul to do. We don't expect Chris Paul to score 40 points per game, but he has those flurries in him. As good as he is as a mid-range scorer, he's really efficient. He was 7 of 8 from 3 in that 41-point game, but it's just about setting the table. And the area for Milwaukee is defensively. They're going to have to win this series defensively. If Giannis comes back, he's not going to be 100%, but he's still going to be able to provide you that impact of a dominant inside presence. And the guy that's going to be really hard for Phoenix to defend, because overall, I do think Phoenix has more ways they can beat you offensively. When you look at it, a Cameron Payne coming off the bench, Shea Crowder has been more effective than, say, PJ Tucker, at least in terms of offensive consistency as 3-and-D guys. But it just got to make a pick, and I think Milwaukee, the underdog, can win this series.
All right, as we go through the show, you'll hear some comments from Monty Williams and Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Mike Budenholzer, as we get ready tonight. Game 1 NBA Finals. They start in Phoenix. It'll be the Suns and the Bucks. Suns installed as the slight favorite. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the two-time most valuable player for the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA, for the Milwaukee Bucks, is listed as doubtful for tonight, and so we'll get a look tonight whether he does play, whether he does not. There's some other NBA news regarding playoff teams that we're going to get through. We got some baseball stuff to get through. Aaron Rodgers talking about how this offseason has been good for his mental health, not the mental health of Packer fans, but certainly for the mental health of him. Anthony Mathis coming up at 8 o'clock, the former Lobo, as we get you ready for the big Lobo alumni game out at the Pit coming up on Sunday. Phone numbers to get in, 505-246-0610. That's 505-246-0610. Your emails come in this morning, as every morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Use that same phone number for the NMDOT text line. That's 505-246-0610. We're on TV. Aaron's producing for you there. ProView Networks on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. And JJ's Twitter handle is _JJ Buck. Give you all that. Good one in the National Hockey League last night. Stanley Cup Finals are not put to bed yet. We'll get into that a little bit when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. It might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One, two, the runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in.
Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And
AM 610, the sports animal.
Canadians win last night 3-2. Josh Anderson with the winner. A little less than 4 minutes into overtime to keep that thing alive. The series is now 3-1, and it's headed back down to Tampa, headed right into that tropical storm. But they got issues now. They're headed right back down there in time for this tropical storm that's set to hit the Tampa area like later today and tomorrow. And so I don't know how this is all, if that's going to play into this or what. But they got serious weather issues down there, and but this is kind of how everybody wanted it, right? There was limited people allowed into the facility. That's how where Canada is with coronavirus, with COVID, and so there was the mayor of Tampa even say, "Hey, I hope they just lose this game and come back and win the cup here." Just it's because it's that easy to turn things on and off.
Yeah, it is that simple for Tampa Bay. Turns out they needed the fight to even give it to overtime last night. Credit to Montreal to grab a game at home, but this isn't in Tampa.
Yeah, this will. I
think we both had Lightning in 5.
Yeah, I think we both had Lightning in 5. Good for Montreal. You got nothing against Montreal fan, right? That's been a long-suffering base. The majority of them. They haven't won since they haven't been there since '93, which is 28 years ago. And so a younger fan doesn't remember them winning anyway. They see all those banners up there, and they heard about the golden age and the black and white TVs and the no face mask goalies and all that, but they haven't experienced anything. So at least Montreal fan didn't get swept. But I can't see this going past Game 5 in Tampa Bay, where Tampa has been dominant. Tampa Bay has been better. Even early out yesterday, I think it took the first 12 minutes before Montreal got their first shot on goal. I don't know how much of that you watched, but it was Tampa Bay dominating, and the announcers were just saying, if you're Tampa Bay or if you're Montreal, just get the puck and just fire it at him and make him make a save. Like just get that 0 off the board where it says shots. Make him do something, because just mentally you're getting dominated, right? And they finally did. They squeezed one by, and then they get the game winner. Good. I think it's good for them. Good for their franchise. A nice young talented team. Carey Price, I thought, played really well last night in goal for Montreal.
I stopped 34 shots as opposed to 21 that Montreal was able to put on net to just highlight what you were talking about. Sometimes you just need to put that puck on net, rubber on net, see what happens. Tampa Bay is just a phenomenal team. I knew they're going to control the series. Montreal, it's a good job, good effort. You had a tremendous run, great story. Now for their fans, they can look back of the comeback versus Toronto, but too little against a team like Tampa Bay.
Lightning trying to set it up, but Anderson's able to get it out, and he'll turn the corner on Ruta. He's got a man in front. Ruta gets back. Chance by Caulfield. Anderson scores! Josh Anderson, the overtime hero, and the Canadians are still alive. They win Game 4, 3-2.
It's courtesy of TSN. Look, it means a lot up there. As good as Tampa Bay is, and I'm not going to tell you one fan base is better than another fan base. I'm not even going to pretend to tell you that. But I will tell you that it means more to the people in Canada and Montreal than it might mean to the people of Florida and the United States of America. Fair enough?
That's fair.
Yeah. And so good for them to get one and not get swept. But I think we both are in the agreement that when this thing heads back to South Florida, do you think it gets delayed? I mean, the television piece is one thing, but hell, you got what's just below a Category 1 hurricane and Elsa barreling down on that area. And the Tampa area, which everybody tells me, oh, it never gets hit. Oh, okay. Doesn't it feel like every part of Florida gets hit 3 times a year?
Yes.
Hurricanes?
Natural disasters. They're a little crazy. I know Major League Baseball postponed the Rays game today, was planning a doubleheader for tomorrow.
Okay. So they might be able. So 2 Rays games and this guy. Right. We can't have an Isotopes game and a Lobo game on the same day. They're gonna have 2 Rays games and a Stanley Cup final.
But I mean, that gives you an idea that they think Wednesday could be
all right.
Playable. It's depending on when you get the flights in.
Well, flights in deal with life before you're dealing with hockey, right? I mean, honestly, like whatever the cleanup's going to be, and hopefully this isn't a bad. So I say that, relatively, right? I mean, the big issue with this, they're expecting a lot of flooding. So we'll see. We'll see. I know they had the issue on the outer bands in Miami. The outer bands were hitting the Keys this morning. And they were already getting it. So we'll see. They had to take down the other tower in Miami where they had that tragedy 12, 13 days ago now because they were afraid that the high winds of a tropical storm, borderline hurricane, might knock that thing down. And so they took that down as well. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. We talked about the NBA Finals starting tonight. Finally, the Atlanta Hawks have removed interim from the title of Nate McMillan. I was hoping this was a no-brainer. It felt like by every ounce of decency, of common sense, of everything in you, this was going to happen. But there was still that little piece of going, well, but if they haven't done it yet, what the hell are they waiting for? Yesterday, they agreed on a deal with Nate McMillan, who took over midseason. Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting his 4 seasons. He took over midseason, took the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals, did a hell of a job. They're drawing up a contract. This was no brainer, right? They were 14-20, mired in 11th place when he took over, and they end up going. They're 2 wins away from the NBA Finals.
Yeah, one of the big storylines of this postseason is the coaching. I think we've seen, or at least acknowledge, coaching much more than we have in the past across the board with how these teams have responded, what these coaches have dealt with, the position that they've put players in to be able to form. And what Nate McMillan did this season was fantastic, taking over a team that was underperforming. We weren't thinking the Atlanta Hawks were conference finals contenders, but we thought, all right, maybe this could be a playoff team, take that first step this season. And they weren't anywhere near that when he took over. And then to see them go to the Eastern Conference Finals, the run that they went on, this was a no-brainer. I think it's probably more of the once we're out of it, we'll let you and like your agent, let's get down to work and knock it out.
Yeah.
And they did.
I think, somewhere along the line, I would have liked to hear, oh, yeah, we're going to get this done. Let's get through it and we'll sit down. Nate's got things to worry about now. But Nate McMillan took over. They went 27-11. Got to from 11th seed to 5th seed in the East. Got through the Knicks in the first round in that 4-5 series, and that's where you started to notice them. Wow, they're brash, they're cocky. Trae Young's playing well. Look at them going into the Mecca of Madison Square Garden and God bless them for taking down the Knicks. By the way, I mean,
I'm a Trae Young fan for life just because of that.
No doubt. Lord love them for stopping that insanity. Then they beat the number 1 seed. Well, Joel Embiid got hurt. Okay, but they were still the number 1 seed. Joel Embiid played, and they beat him. And then they get beat. Trae Young gets hurt in a freak accident, steps on a referee's foot, turns his ankle, and has that injury and was never the same, and they get beat by the Bucks. And so, look, I've told you this for a long time. I interviewed Nate McMillan back when he was with the Sonics. I loved him as a player. I thought he was a terrific player. He wasn't he wasn't an all-star. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. I thought he was just a terrific, gritty fighter of a player that fits so well on that Seattle Supersonics team back in the 90s with Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and just some terrific teams that George Karl coached. And I thought he got a bum deal in Indiana when they fired him. And I think you agree with that, right?
Yes, it was one that it didn't feel like Indiana was failing at the time when they got rid of Nate McMillan, especially all the moves that they made. When you look at moving on from Victor Oladipo, other things in the Pacers organization, he's one of those guys that is solid, and the move by Atlanta is just a home run.
Can't agree more. And they got him. All right, when we come back, Aaron Rodgers is talking. Boy, it's been a great offseason for him. What? Yeah, it's been good for his mental health. How you feeling, Packer fan? It's the opening drive. 505-246-0610 is how to get into us today.
What is going to be great for your health is F45 training. I'm talking 45 minutes to get a high-intensity workout. It's fast, fun, and results-driven. And with F45 training, it's full-body functional fitness workouts throughout the week. You're talking cardio work, strength work, everything you need in one place. A program that they dropped a few weeks ago is phenomenal. I love the new classes, the different workouts you're going to get 7 days a week. Yes, 7 days a week. F45 training is available for you. So download the app or check them out at f45training.com. Take a look at the class schedule, the class descriptions, and you can also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app. Get in and get going. And with F45 training, it is everything you need. If you don't want to be on an exercise bike or a row or a treadmill for 45 minutes, full body functional fitness, high intensity training is going to help get you to places you didn't think you could go. And I know for me, when I felt the best when it comes to my fitness is when I've incorporated high intensity training into the workout. If you're someone that's not sure about it, is a little hesitant, well, get in there and give it a try with that 7-day free trial, because you're going to find out that it is a fun workout, it's a challenging workout, and it is a workout that is for everyone. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
One to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits a Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of Novalent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
A lot of focus on mental health over the last bunch of years, and probably a good thing. It's a real issue. More and more people have been able to address it. It's real. It's good. It's been helpful. Not sure how Packer fan feels about his or her mental health after dealing with what the quarterback situation has been, but it's not really what's relevant here because Aaron Rodgers feels good about it. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Aaron Rodgers spoke yesterday about the steps he took to improve and preserve his mental health amidst the questions of his long-term future with the franchise. And basically he said, quote, "I'm very thankful for the opportunity to work on my mental health. I haven't dealt with bouts of depression or anything that I think for whatever reason are okay to talk about. If you're talking about mental health, I have just been really trying to think about what puts me in the best frame of mind. What habits can I form that are allowing me to feel most in my body, most present, happiest? And that's what I've been doing," end quote. So I'm glad he's been dealing with it. I think Packer fans are going, what the hell are you doing, right? I mean, what about our mental health? But perspective's amazing. And what he says publicly, I think he said it's been a great offseason. He was kind of joking about the quiet offseason a couple weeks ago. Look, we're almost done with offseason.
Yeah.
Camp's open here in the next few weeks. Like this, at some point, has got to get solved.
It is solved. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. He didn't opt out of the season. They haven't traded him.
They still can.
But I think this is one where Is there some animosity between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers? Obviously. But it's Aaron in a much messier way living his best life. It's taking a step back, vacationing, focusing on himself, knowing that he doesn't have to attend every OTA at this point in time. It just did not come across that clean because once that report came out saying, Aaron Rodgers might want to be traded, Aaron Rodgers might not be the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, it just blew up with all the opinions of where is he going to go and when it's going to happen.
And there was an inevitability to the whole conversation. And I don't know that was ever really fair. I think I agree with you. I believe he's going to stay there. I'm not 100% convinced, but I think, first of all, it's not solved. Nothing happened. He didn't get the GM fired. I mean, what happened? Jordan Love got reps in camp. It's probably good for Jordan Love. Quote, sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the smartest person. Sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the person who has all the facts on their side or the truth on their side. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in silence. Sometimes there's a lot of wisdom in being selective on what you say, end quote. Aaron Rodgers. All right, I'll tell you what. First of all, that's a quote of truth. Sometimes the loudest person in the room is not the smartest person. I would tell you the majority of the time. Is that fair?
That happens.
Yeah. Where's Packer fan on this? By the way, we get Aaron Rodgers tonight, don't we? Aaron Rodgers and Bryson
the match this afternoon.
Is it this afternoon?
It's today.
What time do I get that?
3 o'clock Mountain Time.
3 o'clock. So that's right before is that going to run into the NBA Finals?
I believe it takes you. Well, the NBA Finals is on ABC.
Yeah, I understand.
So there's 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah,
it runs right into it. Yeah,
run you into it.
Yeah. So I get some Aaron Rodgers today. That's coming up, right? Mickelson's going to be needling about him the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Phil Mickelson. Brady's got to be talking to him about it too. What shade of orange are you going to wear? I wonder how his golf game is. Maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe he's been working on his golf game the whole time.
Focused on the match.
Well, I mean, don't you have to? Like, okay, we watch Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. You know why I like this, right? It looks like a common guy playing golf with guys who are pros. By the way, Phil loves to hit bombs. He's up against the guy who hits the biggest bombs of all. This is all going to be about Bryson's length today, isn't it? How far Bryson can hit it and how far he can show off. You know how we talk about how the playoffs are bigger for a player, and like this show, this is going to be all personality. This is going to be, to me, the biggest decider. I'm looking for the right word in regards to public opinion on Bryson, because I think people don't know what to make of Bryson, and he's in this feud with Brooks Koepka. Well, now he's up with some personalities today, right? He's up with Phil. I don't know how much of a big personality Tommy is, although he's becoming kind of funnier. Don't you think this is a big public relations piece, like as big a day as Bryson's ever had in regards to PR?
It's huge. Is he going to be able to fit in? Is he going to be able to relax and have some fun? Because Aaron Rodgers is, Tom Brady is.
Yes.
Phil Mickelson is essentially like the host of this show.
Yes. Yeah. So is that guy going to be awkward? Is it just going to be kind of weird? Because it feels like on Twitter when he throws jabs back at Brooks, it's like, all right, dude. Yeah, that's a good job, good effort. He feels like the awkward guy trying to be funny and cool. And he's kind of in the cool guy's room today, right? I mean, he's with some
cool kids table.
He's with some big dog athletes right now. Like, if you're going to tell me if one guy doesn't belong, it's Bryson, right? I mean, he's with the cool kids. He's with legends.
And we'll see how Aaron Rodgers, because it looks like Aaron Rodgers is definitely ready for this, given the fact that he said that sometimes he feels Bryson reminds him of himself.
I can see that, right?
And he said, I'm excited to get the opportunity for people to see him because I think he's a great dude.
All right. I wonder how much they played. Obviously, I'm sure they spent the last, Bryson left Detroit early. Where are they playing this thing? Somewhere out west, right?
Montana.
I'm sure they played.
Aaron Rodgers said he's played a total of 8 rounds since last August.
Really? I'm just going to tell you the game's hard.
I don't think he's too worried about it.
I mean, you don't want to go out on TV and embarrass yourself. These guys are world-class athletes, so they're probably pretty good. Wouldn't you, if you're playing one of these, wouldn't you play a bunch? Wouldn't you take, I would. I'd try to do everything I can to refine my game and just not embarrass myself.
The problem with that is you're never going to play as much as you want. You're never going to look as good as Phil or Bryson.
Well, so what's Aaron Rodgers been doing? He hasn't been playing football.
He's been on vacation. He's been living his life.
He's been living his life. He signed up for this thing, though.
I think that's the other way to come in. Instead of over analyzing your game, just come and relax. Playing around the golf. What's the big deal?
Who you got tonight? Phil and Tommy, or you got Bryson?
Phil and Tommy.
I got Phil and Tommy too. Are you going to watch it?
I'll tune in.
It's on your radar, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it interests me, and I want to see it as well. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. And on the Twitter, it's _JJBuck. Who's watching your home? It's a weird question, I guess, but who's watching your home? I hope it's the good guys at IPS, International Protective Service. International Protective Service has watched my home for a lot of years. I feel better having them come by on a regular basis. It's travel season, and travel season coming off of a year where you had no travel season. So I know everybody's taking some kind of time away. Call IPS, have them watch your home. When you go out of town, they pick up the newspaper if you have one, mail if you want. They'll have it all there for you. If you're getting a package delivered, they will make sure it's not sitting on your porch for someone to steal. They do exterior checks, and if your alarm goes off at any time, they respond within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. Don't wait until something bad happens to call IPS. I get it. It's one of those calls where, well, do I need it? Do I want it? It just gives you a sense of security, and it beats the bad guys. Don't wait until something bad happens. Call IPS and have them protect what's important to you. Aaron is invested in this community. Him and his company and his armed, trained security officers are committed to making Albuquerque a better and safer place to live and work. The number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or you could visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your
green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog! Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacalm.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live. Comcast.
Shambo and Aaron Rodgers against Tommy and Phil. Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson. Modified alternate shot. They'll have on-course wagering, just like they have in the previous events. It'll be played as match play, JJ. That's good. So, like, even if it's a blowout, it'll still feel closer than if one team's up by 15 in stroke play. There'll be a one-club challenge. There'll be a close to the pin challenge, a long drive challenge. There is a 777-yard par 5. Now, I got to believe Phil and Bryce will play from there, and then the amateurs will get a break to, I don't know, 710 yards or something. But that's nuts. Fundraising. The money goes to charity. So, like, for the money that was raised for the first responders during the pandemic when Tiger and Peyton faced Phil and Tommy last year, there was money for HBCUs during the fall match between Steph and Peyton, and I forgot about that, and Charles Barkley and Mickelson. This is big on charity. It's My Brother's Keeper Alliance, Feeding America, and the Montana Food Bank Network will be the beneficiaries in this thing. Evidently, JJ, this place is supposedly gorgeous, and I don't know what they paid to get it there, but everything's supposed to be just scenic and terrific. And I guess, big question, will Charles be there? Charles Barkley. Because he's got, TNT doesn't have the NBA Finals. It's all on ESPN. So I believe he's going to be there as an analyst, which he should be. So this should be a good comedy event, right?
Should be entertaining.
DeChambeau and Rodgers are the favorites. Rodgers is a much better golfer than Brady is. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I did not know that either. DeChambeau is better than Mickelson. Fair? DeChambeau's in the prime of his career. Phil Mickelson's 51 years old. He should be.
This is right in Phil's wheelhouse.
This is right in Phil's wheelhouse.
He just won a major a couple weeks ago.
CBS is the reason I like Mickelson and Brady is because I think they'll be able to get DeChambeau and Rodgers out of their element in uncomfortable ways with the junk that they're going to talk. So they say take Brady and Mickelson at plus 138 over DeChambeau and Rodgers at minus 175. All right. I didn't know Aaron Rodgers was that good of a golfer. I mean, Brady's okay. I don't expect him to jar another one from 150 yards to the fairway like he did last time. He's all right. He had some bad shots. Remember the Peyton Manning one with him, and they were both just putting stuff in the junk, and you kind of go, all right, I feel better about the way I play golf. World-class athletes are there. But that's what you get. You get that today. I'm in. I'm in. Totally in. Sign me up.
It is fascinating how quickly Tom Brady has become a fan favorite. Look. And yet we have two fan favorites versus the guys who are like, I'm not sure about you. That's Bryson and Aaron Rodgers right now.
Where's the public split on Aaron? Because I've heard, I know Packer fan is split. I think the public is too. Some of them, it's either you're shut up and go to work, right? You got a contract. Wow, you're only making 37. I think he's only making $37 million this year, Bob. I don't know how he's supposed to eat on that. And the other half is going, no, you're right. They've screwed you. They drafted your successor and brought him in right in front of your face. You're supposed to trade him, and they haven't gotten you weapons, and they've treated you poorly. And you're right, Aaron. You're right. And I don't you think? I mean, the public, even on our show, the public has been split.
I think the public's split because we're the ones making all the noise. Like there was an Adam Schefter report. There's been some interviews where Aaron Rodgers had said a whole lot of nothing, and then we start saying, well, he said this word, so does that mean this? Because he hasn't said he's not going to play for the Packers. He hasn't said anything along those lines. So is Aaron Rodgers dragging this on? Sure. But in terms of all the dates we've been looking at and things that are going to happen, he's still the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and I don't see Green Bay moving on from Aaron Rodgers at this point in time.
Yeah, but there's been noise to make. I just, when you've got one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and people are telling me one of the best in the history of the game, and the report comes out, well, he didn't want to play there, then there's noise to make.
And he didn't say no to it, so yeah. There's.
Yeah. He didn't say that's not true. Yeah. So there's noise to make, and it is football, and it is the most...
It's the most talked about sport there is, but I also get how we can still be here, because this is not something that if you're the Packers, you're going to rush. And I think even if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be in Green Bay at this point in time, he is smart enough to understand that is something that's not going to happen overnight. The trading someone like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but now we're coming on camp. Now it's time. Now he's going to have to go to work soon, and that's going to come up again.
And that's kind of all we can do is wait and see when training camp starts where Aaron Rodgers is.
So I will tell you this: tomorrow morning at this time, we will be talking about Aaron Rodgers, because some things, plural probably, will be said, whether cryptic, whether taken out of context, but there will be something said that will be overly analyzed. What did that mean? What does that mean? What did Aaron Rodgers mean when he likes to ski? Oh, they have great skiing in Colorado. Is he going to Denver? What did Aaron Rodgers mean by, is he likes cheese on his burger? Oh, that Wisconsin's cheese. I'm just telling you. Whatever he says today, that somewhat relates to his future with the Packers. Not only will Twitter take this thing and just blow it to shreds. But, I mean, it's going to be overanalyzed because it's all you got.
Yes.
And to your point that it's been we who are the only ones talking about it, well, now you're going to get something out of him. You're getting 4 hours of TV with Aaron Rodgers today. And he may not say a word about football or the Packers, but I promise you, something he says will be taken to mean something about football and the Packers. And so we'll have something tomorrow. So there you go on the Aaron Rodgers front. Huh? Talking hoops when we come back. The Enchantment, that's that Lobo alumni team. Anthony Mathis is part of it. They're going to play in the basketball tournament next week. They've got the exhibition, the big Lobo alumni game coming up on Sunday at 6 o'clock at the Pit. Anthony Mathis, the former Lobo, is going to be with us when we return on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far.
That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
With 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Buck.
Big weekend over at the Pit on Sunday, 6 o'clock. You get that Lobo alumni game that I know you've been looking forward to for so long. The Enchantment, the team that will go play in TBT, the basketball tournament, competing for $1 million, made up mostly of former Lobos, against a team JB White, another group of Lobo alumni. They'll be the Miranda Sanchez dunk contest, the Papa Brown three-point contest. Just a good night. You can get tickets at golobos.evenue.net. They start at $10, go all the way up to $25 for the really good seats. Take advantage of this. It's going to be on Sunday night and at 6 o'clock tip at the Pit. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. So many of your favorite former Lobos will be there. And this guy's one of the most prolific shooters in the history of the program and had just one of the most interesting is a funny word for that, I guess, bizarre career. Averaged just 2.9 points as a sophomore after 2.3 as a freshman. And then when Paul Weir came over, Anthony Mathis's career really took off and had just 2 insane seasons at the University of New Mexico, was granted an extra year by the NCAA, finished off his college career at the University of Oregon. Since then, he's spent a year playing in Greece, played in the G League with the Austin Spurs. Anthony Mathis joins us for the first time in a couple of years on our program. Good to have you back. Anthony, how you living?
Good. Everything good over here. I know it's been a while. When I got the opportunity to come and talk to you guys, couldn't pass it up. Good to hear from you guys.
It's good to have you back in. Did you ever think when you left UNM and went up to Oregon, you ever think you'd play in the Pit again?
I did not. I'd be lying if I said I did. That's why when I got asked to come and play, I was like, it's a no-brainer for me. I'll be there.
Yeah, it's one of those. Your career is one of the most unique collegiate careers, and I guess you can pick your word, and you probably have your own. How would you describe your college career?
I'd say it's definitely bizarre, very unique, like you said. Just the way my 2 first years as a freshman and sophomore started, but then how I was able to bounce back. Really, it was really satisfying to see looking back at it. I just kept my head down, kept working, tried not to complain, just tried to control what I can control, and luckily it played out in my favor.
And then this opportunity now to come back with this group of guys, go play in the TBT. How were you approached with it, and your thought, was it just absolute instant yes, or was let me get back to you, think about it?
Brandon Mason called me and asked me if I wanted to play, obviously. But, just with some of the things with NBA Summer League coming up in August, I didn't know if they were going to interfere. So, I had to check my schedule with that. And once I found out that I was in the clear to be able to play, it was an automatic yes for me. Just being able to be around, some of my old teammates and working out in Albuquerque again to get ready. So it was an automatic yes for me.
Former Lobo Anthony Mathis with us on the opening drive this morning.
Now, Anthony, when you look at where you are now as a basketball player, having a couple years of professional experience, where do you feel your game is at? And just, from that player you were the first time you stepped on a college campus to now, what has the journey been like?
Man, I think it's head and shoulders. My game, transformed completely. Obviously, in college, I was known as being a shooter. And obviously, I still play off that a lot. Shooting is definitely a strength of mine. But I've tried to, widen my game a lot, ball handling a lot more, put on a lot of weight this summer, got a lot stronger. And I think people will be able to really see that in my body. Being at UNM, I was a tiny, 6'3", super skinny. But now, I've obviously put on a little bit of weight, so, it obviously helps being a lot stronger.
Anthony, what did that year at Oregon mean to you to go back to Oregon? I don't think a lot of people, when you were at the University of New Mexico, knew your connection with Peyton Pritchard and his family, but just that opportunity for you to wrap up your collegiate career in Oregon. What did that mean to you, and what did you learn from that season?
Man, it was amazing. It meant so much to me. Just being able to go back and play with Peyton and be in front of our family again. We've always talked about that. That was a childhood dream of ours to play at Oregon together. Somehow that happened, and it was a rare, unique situation that I actually was able to, play out the way it did. And obviously, being able to learn from Coach Altman, who's going to be a Hall of Fame coach, you know what I mean? Just seeing that culture and being a part of that was something that I really, really embraced, and I'm really happy I got to be a part of.
Anthony, walk people through that process, because I think around here a lot of people just probably still don't understand it. You get granted that extra year, and I'm going to assume that was a bit of a surprise to you. I know that you knew the process was going, and so when it happened, great, Anthony Mathis is going to be here for another year, and then all of a sudden you transferred to Oregon, and I think there's still a big segment of Lobo fan who probably doesn't understand how that happened and why that happened.
Yeah, man, I was just as shocked as everybody else. So just because of how my sophomore year went, how our relationship was with Coach Neal, the NCAA thought I was fortunate enough, to give me that year back, and I'm still confused as well too. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get that opportunity. But obviously, the choice to go back to Oregon had nothing to do with New Mexico. I think a lot of people that know me that are from here understand how much I appreciate, being a part of the Lobos and the fans here. And so, some people that may not know me just thought, I wanted to get out and go to a better program, which wasn't the case at all. It was strictly for family and, just to be around them, because my family never really got to come to New Mexico to watch me play, just because of work and, different things going on in their lives. And so that's really why that whole thing came about, really.
Anthony Mathis is with us on the opening drive this morning. He's going to be part of the Enchantment, the team of mostly former Lobo alum, or former Lobos. And once you're alumni, you're always alumni. See, you're never former alum. Once you're alum, former Lobos who are going to play in the TBT next week. All right, so now this opportunity, these guys that you're going to be with, you look forward to this. What is this tournament? These next few weeks for you? As you look at it, Kenny Thomas is the coach, Darrington Hobson's on this team. You just started looking at the roster. Talk about what the opportunity is in front of you for the next few weeks.
I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, these Lobos are, a lot of them are Lobo legends that people, love and used to love coming to the pit and watching them play. So just being able to be a part of that and being with them, hopefully get to see a lot of, familiar faces that used to be in the pit and watching us play when I was here. Really look forward to, just seeing the fans again and being able to play in the pit and, re-seeing those relationships that I had while I was here.
And is there anyone that you're particularly looking forward to playing with or against on Sunday?
Playing with, I definitely say Antonio Jackson and Tim Williams. Some people that I played with while I was here. They really helped me along the way. Playing against not really anybody in particular, just looking out there to go have fun and, get after it a little bit.
Now, Anthony, when you mentioned that the call when Brandon Mason called you about this opportunity and the team, what does it mean, though, just to see the reaction of a lot of the Lobo fans and how excited they are for this and knowing that you're still a part of their hearts and, the community that is basketball here in New Mexico, that they're going to welcome you back in on Sunday?
It means a lot. I mean, obviously, some people are really mad, when I left. Kind of, turned their back on me a little bit just because it was a bizarre situation, and I understand what they saw. But it'll be good. It'll be really good to hopefully people understand now that it was for no other reason for family. But, it'll just be nice to see everybody again. Like I said, this place meant so much to me, and all the relationships just from, my first 2 years being so down and then the last two, ending so well. It'll be really fun.
Social media is an interesting place. You can get so much out there, and it's also just a horrific place. I tell JJ all the time, I think it's the worst place on the planet is social media. But when it all went down, and you talked about Lobo fans being upset, what was your communication like? I got to believe you're a human being, man. You react to some of that stuff. How much of it did you read? How much do you listen to of the fans' reaction?
I mean, obviously being on social media, like you said, it's a crazy place. But I read a lot of them, you know what I mean? I really value what Lobo fans say, just because, obviously being here. They took such great care of me while I was here. And to be honest, I was hurt, man. I'm assuming fans were hurt when I left as well, but I was hurt just because, I like I said, I value their opinions and what they say. But at the same time, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to move on. It's my life. It's my decision, and that's what I chose to do. I mean, that was my decision. So I got to kind of rock with it and rock. I mean, not everybody's going to like it, but as long as I was happy, and I definitely was happy that last year. That's all that mattered at that point.
Obviously, coming back, it means something to you. What did your years playing in the pit and playing for UNM mean? And obviously, I refer to the last two. And what would your message to Louisville fans be then?
Just like I said, I've always tried to say it on every time I go on these interviews or radio talk shows that I just really appreciate them. And I tell people this all the time. Like if I can go back and just go back to my college career again, I would. That was probably the most fun I've had in my life, just because the ups and downs and just the grind. Every time you get to walk down that pit, you see everybody cheering, being super loud, and playing these top tier teams in the pit is something I always talk about and tell my kids in the future. Just what I really, really appreciate them.
Anthony, what was your experience in the Greek Basketball League like, and then how big was it to be then selected in the 2021 NBA G League draft and be able to play 15 games in Austin and get your professional career going in the United States?
Greece was really unique. It was really fun. The whole COVID situation was kind of crazy out there. So we went on lockdown. I was only out there for about 4 months, and we went on lockdown, so I wasn't really able to see that much. But the first month I was really, enjoying it, that we weren't on lockdown. I got to, take my car, go see different cities, different beaches, different restaurants. It was just really, really fun, being able to experience another country like that. And then obviously coming back and playing for the Spurs was super amazing, just being a part of the program. They really value their G League program. I've called up, I think, 6 players that are on the San Antonio Spurs right now, started in Austin. So that's obviously a goal of mine to play in the NBA. So when I got the opportunity, it was no hesitation for me. I had to do that if that's something I want to do, obviously.
Moving forward now, you got the summer league, and the goal I would assume is to get on a roster and get a shot at the league next season.
Yeah, obviously, of course. That's why I'm going out here. Just going to be training and working hard, getting ready to play in these games, and then straight from the TBT, I'll head straight to San Antonio to start, a little mini training camp before Summer League.
Nice. Well, we wish you the best. Hey, does MacArthur Court, what they used to call the pit up at Oregon, is that still there? I know it's not where you play your home games anymore.
It is still there, but it's something completely different. I think it's used for, PE classes. I think people go in there for, intramurals, sports like that. It's funny, people used to always ask me, oh, you have the pit in New Mexico, right? I'm like, yeah. Isn't there a pit here? But I never even went in it while I was at Oregon. I remember going in as a kid.
Yeah.
But I never even got to go in there this last year while I was just there.
Yeah, because you would be one of the few qualified to see, to solve the old question, which is the real pit? Is it in New Mexico or is it in Eugene?
I think we all know the answer to that. But, I never really got to experience the Eugene pit like that. But my answer is obviously going to be, the Albuquerque pit.
Well, you're going to be back in it on Sunday, and look forward to seeing you. It's great to hear you, man, and I appreciate you spending some time with us. It's good to hear that things are going so well. I know a lot of Lobo fans are looking forward to seeing you and everybody else out on Sunday. Tickets are available at golobos.evenue.net. They start at $10 to go see Anthony Mathis. The rest of that enchantment team that'll be in TBT against the JB White team, that's just terrific Lobos of the past who are going to perform at the pit, and Anthony's going to be one of them. Be well, my friend. Best to you, and thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you, guys, man. It was good to talk to you guys again. I appreciate you having me on. See you soon.
All right, take care. We'll see you soon. Anthony Mathis. And he'll be in the pit on Sunday. It's a good conversation. And those are some questions I think you and I have been probably wanting to ask and hear answers probably, gosh, it's been 2 years now.
Yeah, just the decision, what went through it. And when you start learning more about Anthony and his family and the fact that, Peyton Pritchard's parents are his legal guardians, it starts to make sense and click why I decided to go to Oregon.
All right, we'll talk more about that when we come back. I'm going to tell you about All In Autographs. You're going to see some great Lobos in the pit, great former Lobos in the pit coming up this weekend. If you go over to All In Autographs, you're going to see signed autographs, signed items from great people in industries history in racing, in tennis, in sports, in music. All in Autographs is unbelievable. It is a museum of memorabilia, and you can take some of it home. How about a signed Prince piece? An Elvis Presley signed guitar, Steph Curry signed jersey, Clayton Kershaw jersey, belts, MMA, boxing. They've got Pele items in there. Best 100 NFL players ever, all of them signed. It is unbelievable what's going on at All In Autographs. And if you tell them you heard about it here on the opening drive, you will get $25 off. $25 off your purchase of $100 or more. Go in and check it out. I spent 2 hours in there the other day just looking around and amazed at the items they have, from cards to jerseys to pictures to stuff that you won't find anywhere else. Ashtray from the White House. Grateful Dead backstage passes from way back in the day. All In Autographs is amazing, and you should check it out. The number's 505-504-7575. That's area code 505-504-7575. They're on Wyoming, just south of Manal, 2225 Wyoming Northeast. All In Autographs. You're going to love this place. And if you're looking for that great gift that you can't find anywhere else, go there and check out All In Autographs. 2225 Wyoming Northeast.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsINC.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything.
We enjoyed that. We're going to be a little short on this segment, which is fine. I thought Anthony Mathis was good and probably answered some questions that many of you have. I think, why did he leave? Why did he go to Oregon? And you bring up a great point that we talked about back when it all went down, his relationship with Peyton Pritchard and that family. And Peyton Pritchard, of course, was the star guard on that Oregon team, which was, by the way, very, very, very good. And Peyton Pritchard's parents became Anthony's legal guardians back in the 6th grade. And he's from Oregon. And this was like a bonus year. This extra year, this 5th year, dropped out of the sky. He said today, he says he still didn't understand it, why he got that 5th. I don't. Do you understand why he got that extra year of eligibility from the NCAA?
No. It was obviously something that not comfortable fully addressing. When you look at that, his sophomore season ended up appearing in 10 games, and that was it.
Well, he said flat out, my relationship with Coach Neal.
So issues with Craig Neal. Yeah. And what that means, it was whatever was presented was more than just, a disagreement with the coach.
Yeah. And he wasn't going to get into that, and that's fine. But the decision to leave, I know a lot of it, and I said it at the time, it was awkward. It looked like UNM went to bat for him to get him that extra year of eligibility, and then he turned his back and went to Oregon. And I think we had a conversation right around then with him about why he was doing this, and he said today, he said he was hurt, by Lobo fans, and I think he understands where Lobo fan was coming from. I don't know if he ever had a chance to really address it, and that's not fair. No, he had a chance. I don't think he ever really addressed it. He could have addressed it.
But I think for him in the moment, other than saying him going back to family, I don't know what he was comfortable saying or how he wanted to address getting that extra year.
Yeah,
because Peyton Pritchard's not like it's his brother.
Yeah.
Like they grew up as a family. So when you look at it, he gets to go play with his brother for a year at a good program. It's not,
and a year that was a bonus year. And I remember people, we're better off without him. No, you're not. No, you're really not. You're not better off without one of the best shooters in the history of the program. You're just not. You might be fine. You might not be. He would have been on that team, that Carlton Bragg team, right? With Jaquan Lyle, Carlton Bragg, the team that started out 10-1 or whatever it was, and then fell apart. But look, I'm glad he addressed it. And the question was, when I asked him, how much of that did you hear? Did you listen to? How did you feel about it? He said, I was hurt by it. But he said, the bottom line is, I did what was best for me. And it sounds like there's no regrets. His year up at Oregon, it sounds like it was terrific. It was a wonderful experience, and good for him. I'm glad it was. And he got to go, to your point, play with his brother. I mean, when you grow up in the house with someone, it's kind of your brother, right? When you're since 6th grade, I'm living with you. You're pretty much my brother. Your parents are my legal guardians. You're my brother. And he had an opportunity to go up and do something, and good for him, man. I heard he owes UNM. I remember that conversation. Did he? Maybe. Did UNM fight for to get him that year?
On the other side, was it strictly UNM's doing this so Anthony Mathis is the Lobo, or was there potential communication that we'll do this for you because you're still a student athlete and we care about you, and if you end up going somewhere else?
We could have asked him that. Yeah. But it's good. Lobo fan greets him with cheers on Sunday, right?
I hope so. I think
him and Elijah Brown are going to be interesting because Elijah Brown's coming back too.
Yeah. And I think Anthony's situation when you take a step back and you hear his story. I think the majority of people go, I understand that. That makes sense to me.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Lobo fan, where are you with him? You just heard him. You heard him explain why he went to Oregon. I think you're good with him. Like Lobo fan, where are you with Elijah Brown? And I'm curious, 505-246-0610 or 888-922-0610. Your emails will come in, Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Here's a guy who the first 2 years lingered on a bench. He had that one game where he came in, I think it was at Wyoming, was it not? We came in under Craig Neal, played really well, and you're like, oh, look at that guy. Who's that guy? He can shoot, and then he didn't play the next game. He was going to leave. Craig Neal got fired. Paul Weir talked him into staying. He had 2 terrific seasons at the University of New Mexico. Got granted a 5th year of eligibility out of nowhere on this appeal to the NCAA, which I think was a Hail Mary that was answered. Then he opted to take that year and transfer to Oregon as a graduate senior. Played right away, had a nice year. Played on a good team. Went to the NCAA tournament. Where are you on that? How are you going to, when Elijah too, when Anthony Mathis is introduced to the pit crowd on Sunday, you one of those? I would think you would. You standing up and cheering? You woohooing for Elijah Brown and for Anthony Mathis?
I think Anthony Mathis, yes, EB is going to be much more divisive for fans, just the way they felt about him, and also for Mathis. This is one of the ones that is interesting. And you talk about it all the time. Do we deserve to know everything?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. How much do you need to know? Yeah.
Like he came on, he said he still loves UNM, appreciates his time here, had the opportunity to go back, play a year in Oregon. It's his brother around his family. Took the chance.
Yeah, I would tell you, I don't think he owes UNM or owed at the time UNM anything. I think he gave him 4 years. He gave him 2 really good years, went through 2 really tough years for him personally, and had an opportunity. I would tell you that he didn't owe UNM anything. Good for UNM to go fight for him and find him the year of eligibility. I would tell you that he didn't owe him anything. And he had the opportunity to go do what was right for him. But I would hope Lobo fan would feel the same way.
Yeah, and I wonder how much was also discussed about what you should or should not say at that time.
Discussed between who?
Just the parties involved.
All like UNM and Mathis and and I don't know who was advising Anthony at the time, and that's fine. Again, did he owe UNM an explanation? Did he owe fans an explanation? The explanation was, I got an opportunity to go play with basically family, and I'm grateful for my opportunity at UNM, and I always will love UNM, and I think him coming back and playing in this game shows his appreciation. I'm going to tell you, he didn't owe him anything. We can continue this conversation on the other side because I know we're late for this break and I'm getting that Bobcat stare. 505-246-0610. Continue this on the other side on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your
green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacalm.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second.
Conversation coming in on the Anthony Mathis conversation. Fred said, Jeff, you're saying it best. He had a chance and chose not to address it. If you don't address it, then it's difficult for me to understand why he holds on to that, quote, hurt. And my response was he tried to explain it this morning. Ultimately, he made a decision that was best for him, and it turned out well. That's all the explanation he owes. And Fred said, I agree. It's just so hard for young adults to block out the internet when their name is on it. It's hard for older adults. It's hard when your name pops up. It's hard for everybody, and so that's why the hurt's there. For him. And Anthony Mathis was just with us, and if you missed it, we'll have it out on our social media platforms and podcasts. I asked him when you left UNM, you made your decision to go to Oregon, and the social media stuff. How did you take that stuff? And he said it hurt. And here's a guy who put in 2 years that were rough. He put in a couple of really good years, and it bothered him. Steve asked me, did Oregon give him an opportunity as a sophomore? After sophomore, I don't know that they did. That was when he was coming off of 2 years where he couldn't get off the bench at UNM. I don't know that they did give him that opportunity. Did they? It'd be good to have him sit here for and have this conversation. I don't know if they did. Here's where I feel, and Lobo fan, I hope you cheer this young man. I do. He gave you 2 sensational years. He gave you 4 years. He got this bonus year, and he opted to go do something that ultimately worked out really well for him and good for him. I don't think he owed you anything. UNM helped him get an extra year. It's about the student athletes. As I got in this other text, it's about the student athletes being happy in their environment. For UNM, it was helping them have an opportunity regardless of where it is. So,
and that's a positive for UNM.
I agree.
Because that stuff gets around, hey, we have the backs of our student athletes. This is something that they did that didn't necessarily directly benefit them in terms of Anthony Mathis coming back to play an extra year, but they had, as you said, the backs of their student athletes. And when you do that, people are going to hear about that and know, hey, this is a good place.
And look, if he just went, let's just say, to Vanderbilt or Arkansas or somewhere we had no connection, maybe we're having a different conversation. But the fact that this was a family thing, that it was going home, that it was his family never got to see him play, that he's playing with his brother. He didn't owe you anything. Rudy, good morning.
Good morning. I didn't know Anthony as well as I've gotten to know some other Lobos, but I know him a little bit. And I reached out to him. And in the first place, I think he got the extra year, and we can all be honest here. I think there was a lot of psychological abuse going on within the program under Coach Neal. And I've heard that from other players. It wasn't – I never heard it personally from Anthony, but I can imagine. And I've been told stories of things that went on, and it wasn't a healthy environment for anybody.
Okay.
So he gets an opportunity that Paul created, and I think if you ask Coach Weir, he'd tell you that he was fine with it. I'm fine with that decision. And I can't imagine one person showing up Sunday to boo Anthony Mathis. That young man is to be congratulated. And I hope he's listening and still hearing this, because there's a lot more people that love Anthony Mathis than regret or hate or whatever word you want to use. And anybody who reached out to him on social media and did that, that's just a punk move. It really is. And I think people need to grow up and understand, yeah, you get hurt. I was really hurt when Rocky left, okay? I was really hurt. That was one of the most hurtful things, because I saw what was going to happen to this program, and unfortunately I was right. And it's a funny way that things return back to the way they should be, and Anthony gets to come back to the pit. That's special. It really is.
I think so. How do you think people will respond to Elijah? Because I think those were different circumstances, and Elijah Brown's been more vocal and different vocal. Because I agree with you on Anthony, and I hope people treat him that way. First of all, that young man was never anything but nice, kind, respectful. Just was positive. I don't know. I'm struggling finding a bad memory, bad instance. Like, there was nothing negative about that young man, especially towards a Lobo fan. How do people respond to Elijah?
I think the same way. I think we were all disappointed on how things turned out, but that was a lot of factors that had nothing to do with the players or their ability, or it was just the way things turned out, and it's what happens when you hire a coach that's never had head coaching experience. And I think you see now that Coach Neal is back where essentially he belongs, in his role. And I just think that Elijah, and everybody knew Elijah, he had a heck of a personality, and he was more outgoing. And I'm welcoming him back. Any kid who ever put on the cherry and silver and tried and played deserves nothing but respect. Nothing. And, we got a guy coming back. He's actually going to spend a couple of days with me. We're going to get to hang out. And I just can't wait for Kenny to get to town. I think he's here. I think they start practicing today, if I got the schedule figured out right. So this is going to be a really special thing. And if you don't have your tickets, it's $10. Let's all go to the pit and celebrate a lot of unbelievable memories.
And getting together for the first time in the pit in a long time. Then there's that.
I'm so jacked up for this. Sunday can't come soon enough.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you, Rudy. Thank you. And I think your perspective's good. See you. I didn't know this. Sebastian told me, you get the text too. The interesting thing about Elijah Brown is going to be how he goes against J.R. Giddens. Every time Elijah has had something to say on social media about UNM and what really goes on, J.R. has been quick to shut it down and respond in the contrary. I didn't know they had that little thing going.
There's been some of that, yes.
I was not aware. So that could be an interesting dynamic as well. All right, if you're on the phones, please stay. We'll get to you when we return. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us. You can send emails. Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You're going to the pit this weekend. Maybe you're going to the ball game at United on Friday, taking a trip. You're out, you're moving, you're living, you're loving, and it feels good, Bobcat. But, gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you feeling well? If you're not, I suggest you call New Mail and you can feel like you again. If you are dealing with things that are totally natural, things like fatigue, low T, erectile dysfunction, there is a place right here in Albuquerque that can help you. New Mail has been the trailblazer in the men's health field for years, and they will help, but you have to call them. 505-652-1688. That's 505-652-1688. Or you can visit them online. Newmail, NUMALE.com. You will feel better. As you age, men, things like hair loss, weight gain, even ED happen. There's a real good chance you're going to be affected. Nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you do not do anything about it. Do something. Call Newmail. 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable. The best thing about this whole thing is the results. They are real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting. Call Newmail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
1-2. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in.
Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
MDOT reminds you to toss no mas. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Sports Animal.
Well, it's Star Day. Anthony Mathis is on. We had Darrington Ops yesterday, and Micah shows up. Micah, like who used to do your job. Now he's got a real job, and he's full-time, and he has... Now, I guess they're back in the office. Look at Micah sitting right there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like in the flesh. He looks like Trevor Lawrence, smiling like he just got paid $37 million.
Yeah.
Right here in studio. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us today. 888-922-0610, opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck. Edward, thanks for holding. Good morning, sir.
You know, to echo the great words of the greatest coach in NFL history, Bill Belichick, it's actually Belichick. If he pronounces it Belichick, his family.
He's wrong.
From Northern European roots. Do your job and no days off there, Micah. What the heck's going on in your life?
Micah hadn't been taking days off. He's just been working out at home. Now, I think today, July 6th, was the day that some of our employees have been required, told to come back to work in the flesh. Can't sit in his drawers anymore on his couch and do his job. And so now he's got to report to his workspace.
What's the over-under in terms of months when he starts working that Siembieda schedule, where it's like about 2 or 3 days a week?
Look, who was here yesterday on July 5th? Did you work yesterday? I'm just asking. Did you?
You guys were there in the flesh.
I'm giving
and
you five.
delivering
I
great
think I'm giving you
content.
5 days this week. I'm here 5 days this week, 5 days next week, and then the following week, even though I might not be on the air, I'm going to be working at Mountain Conference Media Days, bringing you back award-winning content from the Conference Media Days. So working.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? I'm impressed, thoroughly impressed.
That's right.
And I sit corrected on the couch. Hey, City of Champions, Tampa Bay, with the Thomas Everett Brady Championship deliverer, and now their hockey team is going to win back-to-back championships. I'm elated.
Are you watching Tommy today? I mean, is this a big day for you? Are you all like? Do you have it set up to watch Tommy play golf today?
I'll have it on one of the 4 televisions, and I'm interested in the banter that's going to occur between him and Rogers.
Yeah.
So, hey, I wanted to give my prognostication on the finals.
Yeah, please.
I'm in agreement with JJ. I think the Greek Freak's going to be out, but if, and I know it's a big if he was healthy, I would take the Bucks in 5. Probably 6, but maybe 5. But that's not the case. But let me say this about Chris Paul. And he had a brilliant Game 6 and closed the deal. I look at his stats in the Western Conference Finals, and he played in 4 games. He didn't even play in the first 2 games that they won. In the 4 games he played, he had a minus 22 plus minus. And he shoots on average about 20 shots a game, and he makes 5, 7, 8. He didn't play that well in the Western Conference Finals. He played huge in the final game. He's going up against a very athletic Drew Holiday, who's going to crucify him at the, driving past him. Because at his age, he was a great defender at one point in his career. I'm not sure he can stay in front of him. And then I think that P.J. Tucker, although he's probably 6'4", he's going to muscle up Booker. Booker's brilliant. He gets to his spot, and, I think he's going to have a good series. I think Tucker's going to muscle him up a little bit. And if they somehow steal one of the first 2 games, I think the Bucks are going to win this series. Having said all that, what do I know? I'm just a guy who listens to you guys 5 days a week. So, but I would say officially Bucks in 6. If Greek Freak was playing, my theoretical pick would be Bucks in 5. But
all right, what I need more is who wins today. Tommy and Phil against Bryson and Aaron. Who wins?
Well, Tommy stunk it up last time they played, even though he aced a long approach shot. One shot, he holed it. I would say that Phil's going to carry it because, Mr. Weightlifter Bryson DeChambeau is going to go out there and hit 400-yard bombs. But I'm going to go with Phil. I think Phil's going to carry the day.
All right.
Hey, have a great day, guys.
See you. 2460610. So he's with you. He's on the Bucks. It's kind of the sentiment's swaying that way.
Well, the sentiment of 2 people.
Yeah. I might be there. I almost got to go the other way now just because.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it feels like we have
to. About that.
Yeah, I'm not convicted on this. Micah, Bucks or who you like, Bucks or Suns? Your mic's closed, but who you like? I can open it for you. What number is that?
He's going Suns.
Which this is 2? Suns and 4. Try it again. Talk to me now.
Suns and 4 guy over here.
Suns and 4 guy? Like who? What? All right. I got emails come in on Anthony Mathis. Lobo Hobo says, I barely remember him. He was like 3 or 4 groups of mercenaries ago. Okay. I think some people kind of remember.
Burn.
Yeah, see what he did there? I don't remember who that guy was. All right. I'm fine. Do you feel, Lobo fan, is there an excitement for this thing on Sunday?
Yes.
I think so, too.
And what I am excited about is this should just be a positive event. TBT, it's just kind of getting your dudes together, playing basketball, get this cool warm-up alumni event where I love the fact that they're incorporating, so much more than just guys that have played the last few years. The Miranda Sanchez dunk contest, great idea. Pop Brown 3-point contest. This is truly, they're trying to get the basketball community involved. And the first time that Lobo fan in a basketball capacity is going to be in the pit for something Lobo basketball related in a year.
I think the fact coming off the pandemic thing, I think there's so many pieces to this that really kind of make it cool. First time you're in the pit in over a year. the new excitement around Lobo. I got to believe there's going to be Richard Pitino something there, whether it's a sighting, a piece, right. He's got something to do with
where in the world is Richard?
So what's the right way, right? But all right, let me get there. So that all these guys come back. The TBT is going to be in a week after that. I'm going to ask when we come back, and I want to think it through a little. Like, what's the right? I have an idea. But what's the right way for Richard Pitino to be involved in this? Because this is his first in-pit experience in front of Lobo fans. While this is all about the past, this is also these guys' foundation moving forward, and I got an idea on that. I wonder if you do too. 505-246-0610. Micah's in studio today, like just sitting there because he didn't want to go to his desk. He's like, what do I got to do when I come to? Do I get coffee first? So I got to go there and work, or do I just got to be in the building? It's the opening drive. Bobcat's producing on the radio side. Aaron on the TV side on ProView Networks. That's him bopping his head. I'll do that too. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsINC.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it.
The best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck. Don't sweat the
All right, what's up on a Tuesday? Back to work. Our office is. I haven't been out there. I'm afraid to banty about. But JJ just roamed the halls and said, "Whoa, there's people here now.
Too many people and not enough coffee."
See, you're not. You work weekend mornings, so there's none of you.
Right.
You don't drink coffee, do you?
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
One of my biggest issues over the now 13 years, July 24th will be 13 years of this show, is people not making coffee, leaving the crap. Remember we used to have those old crap. If
air pots.
If it makes sense, make some damn coffee. Yeah. Now we have those pots sitting there. If you finish, take the last cup of coffee. It takes, JJ, what did we decide, like 38 to 47 seconds, depending on how quickly you open the pack of coffee.
Yeah.
And able to separate the filters. Pull out the thing, put a filter in, dump some coffee in, push the button.
Easy.
So the next guy has coffee.
Right.
Like and I've told Jeff and I have had this conversation. The GM around here, we should put up cameras. First time that you walk away and don't make coffee, you're suspended for a week. And second time, it should be a fireable offense.
I might go with you on that. It seems a little harsh.
Does
but
it?
A little bit. First offense should be a warning.
Really? All right. Everybody's now been warned.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? Make coffee. Anyway, now there's more people back working at the coffee issue. You realize that?
Yeah. Well, there are 3 pots, though, so,
Yeah, 3 empty pots do anybody any good. So. We used to, back in the day, and I did buy one. We were going to have one for here. I haven't told this story in a long time. I'm almost embarrassed to tell it. Carlisle threatened to urinate in our morning coffee in our thing.
That anymore.
What's that?
I don't even know, it's a story that's told, but I don't even remember
the truth.
The moment or what happened.
He was sitting right where you're sitting, and I actually believe him, and so the fear of him doing that has precluded me from bringing in our own coffee maker because
there's Keurig in that room, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
It's one of the prongs or whatever that punches the hole broke off. So
that doesn't work anymore either?
No, it's being replaced. It'll be back soon.
But my thought is, if you would think about it and then verbalize that you would do that to our coffee maker, then you would probably pull off the. If you think about it and then verbalize it, the next step is just doing it. And I'm cool, man. I'll go drink the community coffee.
Okay.
That's kind of where I am. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, and Bobcat. I mean, I don't know, Aaron. What do you think? I mean, if you think if a guy says, "Oh, I'm gonna pee in your coffee maker," and it thinks it says,
"Move on."
All right, sorry, dude. This is bad. I never mind, Aaron. JJ didn't want your opinion on that. All right, I got a bunch of.
I don't think there's an opinion to be had on that. It's got to no.
Sports animal does go in strange directions sometimes.
Yeah, sorry about that. Because in your place, it's always right on subject. At the house.
Oh heck no!
Yeah, thank you.
No, it is not. It's it goes all over the place.
That's my point. All right, I got your emails. We've been on the Stanley Cup a little bit. Canadians win 3-2 last night. Game 5 going back to Florida. NBA Finals start tonight. Phoenix and Milwaukee. We've gotten into the Aaron Rodgers situation, but really the conversation has been based off of our Anthony Mathis conversation, and how are you going to I thought Anthony was great, and it was the first time he's been back on our show in about 2 years since he left UNM to go to Oregon, and it was great to have him back. And you know, I would hope if you're out at the pit on Sunday and Anthony Mathis is introduced, you're going to be appreciative of what he did. I know he addressed it, how he understands the Lobo fan was hurt. He was hurt by some of the reaction of Lobo fan when he left, some of the vitriol that you get on the social media. And I think you and I are both in the same place, man. He got this fifth year that fell out of nowhere. He had an opportunity to go play with basically his brother at Oregon, go home in front of his family, and he took that opportunity. And, you know, this whole UNM got him the extra year, and how could he do that to UNM? He didn't owe UNM anything. He gave him 4 years. And he had an opportunity, went and did it. And as he just said, it was the right decision for him, and that's really what matters, and I agree with him.
Well, I think a lot of people, they're just wondering about that time, the end of Craig Neal's tenure. What happened? What went down? Because there was enough-ish there that the NCAA was like, okay, you can have a year of eligibility back. And then you start putting that together with some of the stuff that Elijah Brown said, taking shots at Craig Neal, calling him out. And then as was brought up, you had other Lobos firing back. So something was going down.
Well, obviously, because the NCAA doesn't grant, like if ever there was a case for the NCAA to grant another year, I always point to Bryson Carroll. Bryson Carroll is a Lobo football player who was a quarterback at the time. Played, I believe it to be 3 snaps at the end of a half of a game in Tulsa. The Lobos were down to a backup quarterback, whoever it was that game. Do you remember?
It was Colton Gerhart.
All right, Colton Gerhart got hurt. There was three snaps worth of time on the clock in the first half. Bob Davie opted to pull the red shirt off of this young man named Bryson Carroll, who became a running back. And Bryson Carroll, I believe, ran 2 plays and then took a knee, right? And because of that, lost his entire year of eligibility. They appealed to the NCAA, and the NCAA denied the appeal. He did not get the year back. Crazy part about that is a year after that, the next year, the NCAA basically changed its red shirt rules in football. That if you played in less than a third of the season, I believe it is, right? If you play in less than 4 games, you can get the whole year. So dudes can play full games and still retain their red shirt. This young man played 3 plays. They never gave him it back. So if the NCAA wasn't going to approve that appeal, you're thinking, wow, okay, they're not going to approve anything. Well, when this came, I don't even think we knew, I didn't, that this appeal process was ongoing. That the UNM had appealed the NCAA, had put in this application to get Anthony Mathis this special case hardship 5th year. And so to your point, obviously something was going on. They proved that something was happening. The NCAA agreed with Anthony Mathis when Craig Neal was there. I guess, I mean, I don't know. Is it arguable that something happened? If the NCAA granted it, and Anthony kind of alluded to it today, he alluded to his relationship with Coach Neal. Something was there. I don't know. Does it matter now what happened then?
That's here we are back to the point of what should we know? What do we need to know?
Yeah. But I mean, so let's say you knew it all. Whatever it is. Does it matter now?
No, I don't. I think in terms of the people that probably should know or need to know do.
Yeah, that's right.
Like about
that's right.
The program and the athletes in the program at the time, and then the fallout from that. But overall, I think a lot of people, with the end of the Craig Neal era, it wouldn't surprise them if more stuff went down than just a poor record.
No, it would not. All right, I want to hit what we were talking about right before. What do you think? Should Richard Pitino have a role, a part, a presence on Sunday at the pit? You've got the Lobo alumni game. the team Enchantment that's going to play in TBT. You got another group of really good former Lobos. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think there should be a welcoming and almost like an embracement. And whether it's Kenny Thomas, who's coaching one team, who's coaching the other team? Do we know?
I don't know the head coach of the other team.
Okay. Whether and whoever is kind of the front-facing people on this, whether it's Kenny Thomas and I mean, who would you say would be the leaders? Can't be really Brandon Mason in this situation just because of the way things went down. But would you say Kenny Thomas, Roman Martinez, Darrington Hobson? I don't know who would look at that list and say, you know, this would be the core of Lobo alumni. I don't need 8 of them. Give me 3-4 guys off that list. Darius Gary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one.
Darius Gary, Kenny Thomas, and do something, and maybe it's at halftime, and bring Richard Pitino out and introduce him. Hey, this is his first time in the pit. Whatever, however it is their way. And this is the guy that's bringing Lobo basketball back. We're glad to have him. Please welcome Richard Pitino. Like a public embracement of this new coach by this really, really eclectic group of alumni, right? You've got alumni going back. Kenny Thomas is in the 90s. I don't know if Hunter Green's going to be there going back even further. You know, Hunter would be a good one if he's there to come out as part of the radio broadcast team and a guy who's made his life and his living here as a former Lobo. But my feel, and I don't know what they're doing, I really don't know. It feels like Richard Pitino should have a presence. And this is such the perfect convergence of the past with the future, and for them to just kind of embrace him. I don't know, give him a basketball, or they've already given him the red blazer, something just really ceremonial, but a welcome and an introduction to the pit crowd by all these Lobo greats to say, hey, here's our guy, we're glad you're here, and you've got our backing.
I agree. I think that's perfect at halftime. I don't think you need to present him with anything. Just give him the mic.
All right.
Let him say a few words.
I'm down with that. Yeah.
Embrace, have that moment, capitalize on the positive summer that this has been for Lobo athletics, and enjoy the moment.
And you know what? I'm going to guess the current Lobo team will be there. Yeah. And so point those guys out. You know, you guys are the future. We got your back. If you need anything, come to us. We're here for you, whatever. Right? Because the Lobos of the present will be there. It just feels like that would be the right way to pull this through. Here's all these guys from the past who've had so many great moments in that building. Richard's talked about the building and how it's the biggest recruiting piece that UNM basketball has, and it's the pit, and it's the pit, and there you are in the pit. Fans back for the first time. This list of tremendous players from the past, and it just feels like that'd be an ideal way to move forward with this whole thing.
I think it'd be very good.
All right. Just your thoughts. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. That's the NMDOT text line and the Quan's Auto Care hotline. Get some emails for you when we get back. Get back to the phones on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeeze it for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second.
8.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, we go to you now at 505-246-0610. That is the NMDOT text line. It is also the Quan's Auto Care hotline. David, good morning, sir. How you living?
Okay. Between losing lottery tickets, one losing lottery ticket after the other, I hate the losing ones.
Losing ones aren't fun.
So I have good luck buying the losing ones. I just need the good luck finding the winning ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. We're all good at that.
At the very least, two reasons I'm calling. I don't think Patino should show up and also have an appearance at the thing. It would be meaningless kind of marketing hype.
Okay.
I think there's been plenty of that, and that kind of approach doesn't win games. So that's been my criticism all along. Along that line, Aaron Rodgers is going along with the whole idea. And talk about the hype, this golf match that's going on. I think he's playing the same game, and he's intentionally being vague, demanding, and hard to deal with. And that helps him both in trade as well as in if he stays there. But more to the point, I mean, how good do you think Rodgers is if he stays? Ultimately, do you think he's the winning combination? Because he hasn't been able to get them over the hump even while there.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think they've gotten themselves down to the NFC Championship game a bunch of times to get him over the hump. I mean, I can't promise that. I think they've been pretty damn good, right? They've been an NFC Championship caliber team. He hasn't got him over the hump. Is he any better if he goes somewhere else? I don't know that I think that.
And the main reason I'm asking is ultimately, if Giannis is with the Bucks, ultimately, do you think the presence of Giannis is going to make the difference in the match? Because ultimately, that impact player, be it football or basketball, do you think that one player will make a difference?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yes.
Okay. Right. And I would wonder, because I think the matchup between the Bucks, I think the Bucks win in 4.
No, I don't think it's 4. I think it's 6. But I mean, you might be right. I just don't. I think the Suns are too good to get swept. I do. I think the Suns are really underrated. And by the way, they're playing incredibly well, and they're healthy. I don't think there's a way the Suns get swept.
And the reason I say all this is because everybody downgraded the Clippers, and I think the Clippers were fine. And from the marketing standpoint, the Clippers got no credit because they're the Clippers. But basically, everybody downgraded the Bucks, not the Clippers, instead of the Suns, just because they are the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi was hurt. I mean, you're playing without their best player. It's the same thing as downgrading with Giannis hurt. You're playing without your best player, you're going to get a downgrade, right?
And ultimately, going into the thing, all this said, everybody was downgrading the Bucks if they lost to the Nets. But ultimately, once they win, then they become the prohibitive favorite. I guess that's the basic reason I'm asking all this. They went from losing their coach and ultimately being the laughingstock if they lose to then being the prohibitive favorite. And then if Giannis is out, then they're the severe underdog. And then with Giannis, they're somehow a marginal tag-along. I mean, I wonder how much of that is hype.
Yeah, it might be a lot. All right, man. No, I appreciate it. It's a good call. Let me give you. Well, he said something early on about Aaron Rodgers. I firmly believe everything Aaron Rodgers is doing is calculated.
It's not all just.
Yeah. Everything he's doing is calculated. He's not just. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows darn well what he's doing. Dennis, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Dennis.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hope things are well in your busy office world today.
Life's grooving. How you living?
Doing okay. Hey, that last caller kind of shocked me at the beginning in relation to the Patino comment that you were soliciting.
Yeah.
An empty marketing ploy, I look at it as completely the opposite. When I look back at just what Danny and Coach Patino have been doing in terms of trying to relay the importance of program, I can't think of a better way to do that than to bring all the alumni together, get everyone on the same page. You know, people throughout the years, alumni have said that, you know, they didn't feel like part of the program. God, this is to bring Anthony in, right? And he addressed, kind of face on everything that, some consternation that the Lobo Nation had about him leaving. But, what a way to pull people together. The interview with Darrington was incredible. I think that was, yesterday or whenever that was, and it just made me yearn, not necessarily yearn for those days again, but made me remember how important those days were, right. and to be able to bridge that through this gap of COVID. Well, it's like we're getting a reset here in such a way with an experienced coach who's out recruiting. Man, I would love to see 15 minutes of a practice of the new squad to see the guys, but you have to give Patino the microphone here, and kudos to them and for stepping up their marketing. I want to see more and more and more of that. I want to see the Go Lobos on all the signs outside of businesses again. It's why not?
I can't agree with you more, Dennis, and I appreciate the call, and don't be a stranger. Thank you for it, Dennis. Look, first of all, marketing is there for a reason. If you're going to tell me that they're going to put Richard Pitino out there for marketing, first of all, I don't think it would be solely for marketing, but if it was, don't I hear all the time how they don't market well enough? Like, what better marketing can you get than this group that you will never get this group together again. This particular group. You'll get a group again, but you'll never get this group. This group of former Lobos who obviously cares about this program and has had so many great moments in the pit to show their support and their backing for this new head coach moving forward. If that's marketing, it's pretty damn good marketing and marketing ploy. No, you take advantage of this. For me, it wouldn't just be a ceremonious thing. It would be, damn, that's real. I've got this group of guys saying, Coach, we got your back. You're a guy moving forward. You know, go take us back to great heights. Like for me, it's an opportunity that I don't know what they're planning, JJ. I don't, but I would assume that Richard Pitino will, because I think he should have a prayer. This isn't about him now.
No,
this isn't making. Yes, this isn't making him the centerpiece, but this is showing that we are including this guy. Like, this is a night of global basketball. This is our game, our past. This is about us. But that gentleman right there is the future. He's in charge, and us. To me, it's way more than ceremonial. It's pretty real for them to embrace him, put their arms around him.
Yeah, this would have an impact for fans, for alumni, and then for the current team.
I mean, I don't know what more you want. And then you've got all these fans just going, you know, all right, if pick your favorite Lobo. If Kenny Thomas is in, I'm in. If Darrington Hobson's in, I'm in. If Jamal Smith's in, I'm in. By the way, Jamal Smith with us tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If Roman Martinez is in, then I'm in. Right? I'm going to give this guy a chance. I was on the fence. If you were still on the fence, I don't know. I just, to me, it's a no-brainer.
I'm right there with you.
And even listening to David's call, I don't get the other side. Marketing ploy, if it's like all I hear about UNM marketing over the last 12 years, wow, their marketing's blowing it. They're dropping the ball. Oh, okay. If that's the case, take some pictures and make commercials out of the past embracing the future. I don't know what more you want. Coming out of COVID, first time in the pit, people there, people excited, all your former Lobo, what more do you want? And then there's Richard Petit. Hey, I'm not asking him to speak for an hour. Give him the microphone and talk about this is the history that I've heard so much about. I'm so honored to be a part of it, and I can't wait to build on the future with those young men who are sitting right there. Guys, get up. There's your Lobos of the present. Yay! Everybody get some claps. Guys, thanks for bringing life back to this building for the first time in however long. Thanks for embracing me and our program, and whatever we can do, we want you guys to be part of it. Have fun tonight. Best of luck next week in TBT. Good night now.
Game, set, match. I will send this to B Mace. And you just write it down for Richard, and he can just, there you go.
I mean, I don't know. What more do you need to hear? Hit on everything. The message feels perfect to me.
Ding, ding, ding.
And Lobo fan goes crazy. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Everyone's a Lobo. Woof, woof, woof. Everybody's doing their little woofy thing. Right? And you're back.
It works.
And you can raise another another banner. Stop it, Jason.
Oof.
Yeah. All right, phones are ringing at 505-246-0610. We're coming to them next.
Foo Fighters are coming to Isleta Amphitheater August 9th, and we've got your tickets.
1-2, the runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in.
Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's a pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits a Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the
that workout in just 45 minutes. What I love about F45 training is when you book your gym session, you get it in. You don't have to keep your fingers crossed that things are going to be available, that equipment's going to be open, that it's not going to be busy. You sign up for your class, your spot is locked in, and you're good to go to knock out your 45-minute workout. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Take a look at the schedule of classes. Also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app. Get in and get going. It's 45 minutes that will be well worth it at the end of the day. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Today at 1.
Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the
for UNM and Lobo basketball, bridging that gap between the seasons, riding that momentum, the positivity from, yes, it was just 2 wins at the end of football season, but what Danny Gonzalez has brought back. You look at all the other Olympic sports winning championships, what women's basketball did, now resetting, the rebuilding of the foundation for Richard Pitino. This is a big moment for UNM and just sports fans, Lobo basketball fans, because we've been in the pit. We saw high school basketball. We saw some teams get some state trophies. But in terms of Lobo basketball, with Lobo fans, it's been a long time. Because when the women played those 2 games against Colorado State, won the Mountain West regular season championship, it was in an empty building. So now getting that energy back. I'm excited. Conversations the last 2 days, Darrington Hobson, Anthony Mathis, have been awesome. And it is a reminder of what Lobo basketball means, what that program means to not just the players and the fans, but this community, and to get some of that back. It'd be awesome to see it. I'm really excited for Sunday night. I think what B. Mason Company have done and put this event together, not just it being about the TBT, but then able to bring it back and have the events, dunk contest, the 3-point shootout, and then honoring the Papa Brown, Miranda Sanchez dunk contest, and just getting everyone involved. I think this is fantastic. And sometimes the sports, you need a reminder that it can be fun, and you need that little positivity sprinkled back in, because we get focused what it's about. It's about competition, and it's about the scoreboard. And at the end of the day, there's only one team that wins. So that's why I'm excited about an event like Sunday night, especially the TBT, because if the Enchantment lose, it's going to be a bummer, but it's not going to be, we got to fire the coach, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's kind of for love of the game. And that's what I think is so cool about the basketball tournament, is you see your dudes together, you show up, and you can see you run the court the longest. And they'll get going the 16th. So that's when the Wichita Regional gets going. That's where the Enchantment will be playing. They're the 8th seed. That's 8-9 game against the Stillwater Stars. So we got some time to look at that matchup in the coming weeks. And, of course, on the other side, you have Cody Toppert, the head coach of Eberline Drive, the number 1 seed. We'll catch up with Cody as well probably next week when we get a little closer to the tournament. And he was assistant coach at Memphis, Albuquerque Academy grad. Of course, Chad Toppert participating in the alumni game on Sunday. So just so many cool things, good stuff going on this week with Lobo basketball. And then just the reaction, talking to Anthony Mathis, hearing his story about what went down at the University of New Mexico, but you heard his passion, his love for UNM, how much he does care about Lobo fans. And he's like everyone else, man. You see it. It's hard to block everything out. But here we are. And we back. Sorry, I couldn't get to the phones or anything because it's over there. So
it's all the way over here. No, I got it. You want me to go to the phones?
We can. We're back.
All right, let's go. Joseph, you're up. Thanks for holding. Hello, Joseph.
Hey, guys. How are you guys?
Good. How you living?
Good. So I can't wait until that alumni game. I think it's going to be a good event, and going to be good to see all those guys come back to the pit.
It's going to be a good time, man. You going out? $10 tickets.
Yep, I will be there.
All right.
It'll be fun.
All right, well, enjoy it and appreciate the call, man. Thank you. Terry, good morning. How you living, Terry?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you all doing?
Life's good.
Yeah, Jeff, you brought up coffee. My pet peeve when I was still employed with the magical CYFD was we'd have a water cooler, and people would take the last part of the water, and instead of coming and telling me to change it out or unplugging it, they would just walk away, and then the machine would freeze up. And I'd be like, how hard was it just to holler out, hey, can somebody change this out? So, like the not making a new pot of coffee, some people just don't get it. I have to be one of the first. I'll say I didn't have it right. A few weeks back when the one gentleman who was the Bucks fan called in after the Nets had been pounding the Bucks the first 2 games, and he was staying loyal to his Bucks. Good for him. I thought maybe he had been indulging in a certain substance a few weeks before it became legal here, but obviously they turned it around there. Does Rodgers still own part of the Bucks?
I don't know. That's a great question. He did, didn't he? I don't know if he does or not.
And I don't know. The other one would be if he still did, would he be welcome at one of the finals game? That would be kind of to see how the crowd would react.
Well, yeah, because he goes and does those beer chugging contests. Well, he did one and got beat.
Yeah.
I think there's a big portion of the fans who are totally behind him and not with management on this.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting, and you get a kind of a self-poll just by how the fans would react if all of a sudden he was there. Turn in a little bit. JJ, maybe the last couple of minutes, can give us an update on the semi-start to date in the Euro. We got Spain, Italy today, and then tomorrow the amazing Denmark team takes on England. And, from that standpoint, we'll see what comes about. And for the golf this afternoon, I'll tune in and watch, and hopefully there is enough humor and they can just get along and have a good time from that. But okay, you guys have a great day.
All right,
we'll talk to you later.
Thanks. All right, you got Euros today. You ready for that?
Semifinals,
Euros.
Italy, Spain should be fantastic matchup. I love the way these teams match up in the midfield, both waiting for someone to step up top, who's a striker that's going to make the difference. I think just from front to back, Italy a little too strong. A 2-1 victory for Italy today over Spain.
It's 2-1. All right. Lobo Hobo's in on the email device. Speaking of work, he says, why is Thomas Patrick Brady playing in the middle of the afternoon on a Tuesday when most of us have this thing called a job and won't be able to watch? It is odd timing. Like yesterday would have been the day, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Monday
the 5th when everybody's maybe because I'll tell you why, because both Mickelson played through Sunday and Bryson were in the Detroit event, and so they weren't going to have time to get out to Montana and play around out there, and because I'm sure they all played a practice round yesterday and got familiar with the golf course. And you start putting everybody's schedules. You got the British Open in 2 weeks, so these guys got to get over to Europe. This was an interesting time of year for it, and then the camp's opening up for both Tommy and for Aaron. So this really had to be the only week they could do it. Monday would have been ideal, but Bryson was the defending champion in Detroit, so he was going back. Phil will never go back again.
They'll still hate Detroit, how they turn out over the weekend.
But I guess when else were they going to do this, right? I don't know if either one of them are playing in an event this weekend, whether in North America or in Europe. There weren't a lot of options for them unless they both opted out of the Detroit event and played on Monday. Because Monday would have been the perfect day for it. A holiday for some. And, that would have been the perfect day. But that's what you get, man. So catch what you can when you get home. I don't really know where to hit you with it. Bill said, controversy at the Monument. Jeff, yesterday, Armando's coach felt the Monument was unplayable. That would be the field at Isotopes Park. So he refused to let his players take the court in the 5th, resulting in the refs calling out Chihuahua after Chihuahua until the weather got so bad the officials had to pull the teams off the pitch. It'll be interesting if the PCL responds today. I didn't hear that. So that's how I know the game last night was suspended, and they'll finish it up today. So you get 2 baseball games today. What time are we taking the air today? Do you know? For Isotopes baseball, I know the schedule says 6:15, but because they're going to start early, do we? You don't have it yet. Okay. Yeah, Carlisle will get to that when.
Maybe I can run across the hall and ask Francine.
Maybe because I'm curious. That would be a programming thing. Fred, good morning. How you living, Fred?
I'm living good, guys. Hey, I like all your ideas that you said. You know, first of all, I think Mathis is going to get a standing ovation.
I hope so.
I don't see why he wouldn't. And then the second thing would be, I forgot was it David said that was an inopportune time for Patino to come out there and talk to the audience. And I think yours was perfect, going at halftime, talking to the people, selling some tickets. There's going to be, I hope, at least 7,000 or more people there. God, what a perfect time to push tickets for the Lowell basketball team. And I hope if he can do it, if it's legal and stuff, I don't see why it wouldn't be, that he can introduce the team, too, at the same time, like you guys had mentioned.
Not
All
one
your
by one,
ideas
but
are
just
great.
have them stand up. Not one by one. I mean, I think that would be just too much. You don't need to go one by one, but just have those young men stand up. That's your Lobo basketball team that's going to start the road back, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a feeling the fans, so once they stand up, the fans will stand up. Probably give them a standing ovation, the team. You know, that's just that we haven't seen anything. We haven't done anything. I think the biggest crowd we've had there is the state tournament. 3,500 people is about it, and it'd be nice to have, like, don't you agree that we should have at least 7,000 or more? I mean, gosh darn, I can't see how the fans wouldn't want to see this.
Yeah, and it'll be a big walk-up, and so I'm going to tell people to get there early because then you're going to complain that there's a line at the ticket windows when you have opportunities to get your tickets. Everything's mobile, so go get your tickets early. But yeah, there should be about 7,000 people there, and I think the ideal scenario of showing the past of Lobo basketball, embracing the current and the future of Lobo basketball, have everybody in one building. You don't get these opportunities very often. It's almost never. And this is with the new coach coming in and all these guys there. And them showing the public that we're behind this guy, you should get behind him too. This is an opportunity you don't get ever.
Hey, also one thing, I'm walking, so I can't think when I'm walking, but the kid from Carlsbad.
Trevor Rogers.
Yeah, Trevor Rogers. And this is the 3rd or 4th time now that he's had the leads going into the 8th or 9th inning, and he's lost the leads. And so, you know, he's 7-5. He should be probably 9-3 or something like that. But congratulations to making the All-Star team at his age. That's just unbelievable. What an experience for him. And I just want to say congratulations to him too.
All right, Fred. Enjoy your walk.
Guys.
Good to hear you.
See you guys.
And the way they did it too. Did you see Don Mattingly? Did you see how they let Trevor Rogers know he was an All-Star?
Yes.
Don Mattingly called him into the office, sat him down there running video, and said, "Hey, we're going to send you down to the minors. We're sending you down to Jacksonville." And he's like, "Really? Oh, and also here's this." And he gave him the thing. Wait,
well, they set it up to say, we want to get you some extra work in over the All-Star break. And they're like, this has happened before. And he's like, did you have plans? He's like, I was just, going to go home. And he's like, oh, so where is New Mexico close to Colorado? He's like, yeah, it's like 8 hours or so. And then they're like, oh, well, you can invite everyone up because you're going to be there next week.
That's how he's like. So that Jacksonville thing was just a joke.
Yeah.
He's like, so I'm not going to minors. No, you're going to Major League All-Star game, young man. Congratulations! It was so cool. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of Novalent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
At 246-0610. 888-922-0610. Brought to you by Kwan's Auto Care Collision and Repair. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Jamal Smith will be with us tomorrow, the former Lobo guard. We try to do one every day this week. It's just, I love these conversations. I mean, both of them. Darrington Hobson yesterday, Anthony Mathis today. If you missed him or want to hear him again, JJ's got him posted on his Twitter page. It's _JJ Buck. It's on our Facebook page for the show, The OD in the AM, or wherever it is, as JJ says, you get your podcasts. That's how the kids say it these days. Just go to the opening. Is it the opening drive?
Yeah, search the opening drive. You can find our page, like, and subscribe, and not only to get our interviews, but if you missed the show, you can listen back at all 3 hours are available.
Yep, it's all there for you every single day. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Bob Cat is producing on the radio side today. Aaron on the television side. Dan says no days off, Jeffrey Juan Jose y regresando Gato Roberto. So it sounds like today's producer, he says, is here for the duration. No more load management days. Dan, well, I mean, the duration of the week. I think you're here for the duration of the week, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Through next Friday.
Oh, damn. All right. So he wasn't load managing yesterday. In fact, he got called up to the big leagues yesterday and was producing the Bob Clark show with Brandon Vogt sitting in because, it's a holiday. The big dogs like Bob Clark and those guys don't have to work on holidays. Don't. We as little peasant people.
We're the backup team.
No, understood. Look, I'm well comfortable with my role in life.
Okay.
I know what I am and I know what I'm not. I'm no Bob Clark, and I understand that. See? Right, JJ? We can come in. We can work. Put on award-winning radio. Darrington Hobson conversations on the 5th of July. I got no problem with that. Les says, boy, I could not disagree with Grady more. Jeff, yesterday he said the NBA does not do a good job of promoting their second-tier players. What sport does? Who are the biggest golf stars? The Big Cat Phil in 2021. Who's third? Probably still Jack. We just finished with a Triple Crown. Can the average person name anything that happened other than Bob Baffert? If you go home tonight and there's an NFL story on the tube, it's going to be about Tommy, Aaron Rodgers, Jerry Jones, Bill Belichick, or maybe Pat Mahomes. It's from Les. His point's not wrong. What sport does do a good job of promoting their second-tier players? I will tell you the NBA, I guess you got to really define your tiers. Is Chris Paul a second-tier player? I'm going to tell you, I think the answer is yes.
Well, and I think you have to separate, even in that regard, player versus known commodity. Like, Chris Paul is top shelf player people know. Is he a superstar? No.
No, he's not LeBron, Kawhi, Kevin Durant. I don't even think Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm. And I actually think the NBA does a fine job with that, as opposed to if you want to compare it to any other leagues, because the players are right there. They're not hiding behind anything. That's your stars. You look at your marquee games throughout the season, the amount of Pelicans games you got. They weren't necessarily a good team, but you got Zion Williamson. I think the NBA does as good of a job as you can just marketing their league.
I'm going to tell you the reason I believe that the NFL players are known at a better clip than anything else. Okay? You know more players on an NFL roster as an average person, not JJ Buck. But because you know most rosters, but you know more. You know the second string running back for the Steelers. You don't know the starting point guard for the Pelicans, right? For instance, or the Pistons. And this is that's fantasy football. Well, Jeff, there's fantasy basketball as well. I get it.
Doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same. And so the majority, the majority's not right. The amount of people who play fantasy football. Your girlfriend or your wife very well has a team. You have 2 or 3 teams. So you know every player. Now, look, they play once a week. I don't have to watch 4 games a week, 3 games a week, right? You know every guy. I mean, you know a guy that's backing up Christian McCaffrey, and it's not Mike Davis anymore, by the way. He went somewhere else. But you're going to know who the hell he is by draft day because you're going to want him and think you stole him in the 12th round. that's why I think the NFL does, and it's not even the NFL, man. We do it for them, marketing their second and third tier players as opposed to any other sport. Because Les's email's not wrong. What league does a good job of promoting its non-top tier players?
You are dead on with fantasy football, the impact it has had on the sport overall. Because you already got your strong diehard fan bases, the build up for one game a week, and then what it does, because you don't get together to draft your fantasy baseball team. You don't get together to draft your fantasy basketball team. You know the day on your calendar.
Yes.
Like, you know when you're doing your draft. We actually do a draft. We have a draft lottery for our league, like NBA style.
Yeah.
Like, we have the ping pong balls. We roll it out. We get together, do our draft in person. It's different.
I don't know that a lot of you hear about all these stupid bets, and why they always involve a tattoo. Whoever finishes last in your fantasy football league, right? I don't hear about that in fantasy basketball. Do you? Fantasy baseball? No. By the way, I'm not getting in one of those leagues. Like, my answer is no, I'm good. But there's something
makes you not quit.
Fantasy football hits to your point different, and I don't even know anybody who only has one team anymore. Everybody's got 2 or 3 teams. You're playing in a couple different leagues, and you're watching every game, man. Jacksonville's playing Indianapolis. You're watching because you've got Jacksonville's defense, or you've got a receiver for Indy, or your buddy's got their quarterback, and you're playing against him. Man, I'm up by 25.6 points, and you know every yard, and you know every backup. So that look, your point's dead on, but the reason, one of the best things football did was embrace instead of discourage fantasy football. Let me tell you something. This is how far back it goes. So I was at my mom's 2 weeks ago. She pulls out this old suitcase. There's a bunch of your old crap in here. Found before the internet papers, fantasy football stats from when I was in college, everybody's roster, and literally writing down scores like before the damn computer, Bob. You remember those days, and how we used to do fantasy football, and there's rosters, and this guy's scratched off, and here's a new guy, but this is back when I was still in San Diego, dude, and I've been here 25 years. And they embraced it. And it's
huge. Gambling, fantasy sports add a different dynamic, and I think there's plenty of other leagues still trying to figure out how to incorporate that and get bang for your buck you see in the NFL.
Thanks to Anthony Mathis. He was with us today. If you have not heard it, you can go to all our Facebook page or JJ's Twitter page. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. A little bit of sports bar. What'd you tell me? First pitch for Isotopes is 4:30?
4:35.
So Josh is going to be on at 4:15, and you get a doubleheader tonight, or kind of a partial doubleheader. We'll be back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio at 7 a.m. Bobcat, Aaron, thank you. Great work. Enjoy your day today. You got a big day?
Huge day.
Always a big day. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.